Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing Thai work permits in the context of expat tax issues. And I use the term territorial tax or territorial taxation. I'm using that kind of euphemistically. There are legal ramifications, depending on the jurisdiction you're from, to that phraseology. Don't read anything into this. I'm talking about this in a very general sense. This is general information only. This is not specified tax advice. What I'm talking about here, though, is in certain jurisdictions, especially a lot of the Commonwealth jurisdictions, the United States is kind of a different animal. U.S. citizens are taxable on their worldwide income, and for that reason, the issue of where they're physically located, although it does factor into things like the foreign earned income exclusion, is not dispositive to their tax liability overall. So, Americans, this video really isn't very much for you. Who I'm talking to basically here is folks oftentimes from the Commonwealth jurisdictions that have a tax system that's largely based on where their domicile is. And one of the issues that, and again, I am not a tax expert from Commonwealth jurisdictions, but we've sort of seen it. I've talked to folks that oftentimes it's because they're very eager to get their work permit issued. And different jurisdictions, I've talked to folks from Australia, Canada, not so much UK. I didn't notice that eagerness with those folks. Somebody from one of the European jurisdictions at one point, they were just very, very eager to go ahead and get their work permit issued. And I basically asked, why is this such a major deal? And they basically, in their circumstances, they wanted to get it issued by a certain calendar date so that they could establish that they were living abroad, that they were, and it also seems to be, depending on the jurisdiction you're dealing with, that you're being taxed by another jurisdiction. That's something that factors into the overall analysis. So they wanted that done sooner rather than later. And again, they had their own reasons for it. We're just dealing with the Thai side of things. But I thought it was interesting, and it can factor in whether or not you have a work permit and you're paying income tax in Thailand, which essentially comes part and parcel with the work permit, because with a work permit, you're going to be paying some sort of statutorily required salary, depending on where you're from. The amount may vary, but there will be some kind of income tax. The long story short, what I'm trying to get at is, there are folks that are kind of eager to be paying some Thai taxes because it can have implications in either their home jurisdiction or their jurisdiction of prior residence, and they're trying to go ahead and do their tax planning in such a way that they can best mitigate, in a legal manner, best mitigate their tax liability, presumably as much as possible.